in a program now in 3 towns. So it was good. And we still have Sam play with us. Huh. Brian's not a player, but then at some point they look to have some exercise with us. But we bring it to players to show to the community what they got after they playing with us.
So why did you start this? You were the founder, you're the president, you're the coach. Soccer players aren't supposed to have roller skates on, but you must need them sometimes. Yes. 3 towns, Framingham, Canton, Milford. Wow,
Milford.
That's a busy. You must love soccer.
I do. That's most Brazilians. When they born, the first present the parents give to the kid is a soccer ball. And I had the opportunity to go to the college and I studied physical education, and I kept that for grew my dream. It was play with have kids to play, and for now we here in the United States in 3 cities showing the program and had the opportunity to coach the kids in the Brazilian style and the responsibility what the American people has to play.
Mm-hmm. Well, why don't you introduce your 2 players here and tell us a little bit about them.
All right, we're going to start for the younger one, is Siqueira. He's a midfield. He started to play with us when he was 3 years old. Now he's 12. He's completed 9 years in our program, and he had a good community. Now he's going to enjoy it in the New England Reds Academy, and he played from the U14, and he's only 12.
The New England Revolution has an academy for...
Yes, for young players.
It must be very competitive to be selected for that.
Yes, they try to find the talent players around, and not just in mass. They're looking for to get a really good player talent everywhere. And Gustavo Santos, he's one of the older players, and we choose him to send to Brazil to participate in a program for the franchise where we have here from Curitiba, and
that's
he went.
Yes,
that's what's on the flag there, and he had the chance to learn with the professional team there and see how they doing there, because in Brazil, all kids, the first dream them is to be a soccer player, and he had the chance to see the difference how is play there and play here in the United States. It has a big difference. They are most of the time they be for just playing soccer. Different here, they have to go to school first, then they to play soccer.
And you also play on the Framingham High School team.
Yes.
So these are 2 unique experiences. Just take a quick second. Let me start with Judah. Just give me a few words of what it's like to be at the Revolution Academy. That sounds like a great honor. And probably very difficult.
Very. Usually I get pushed around, and the coaches there don't really care about, like, if you get pushed around, they just say get up and keep playing. And
well, you're younger.
Yeah, and my mom, she thought that it would be a better idea to put me in like a working out thing for me to get stronger. And I've been doing that for like 3 weeks now, and I've really improved.
That's great. How about your experience in Brazil? That sounds like it was...
So the kids were all like over 6 feet tall.
Really?
All over 6 feet tall. And it was like really hot when I went. So like, it was like, we had a lot of water breaks. And like, I think we trained for like 2 hours each day. And I only had like 1 day off that whole week. And it's just really fast-paced training. So like here it's like medium pace, but there in Brazil you have to do everything like really fast, perfect. You can't mess up, and then
I think this connects with your point, Bresley, about the Brazilian approach to soccer, which you're trying to emphasize in this program here.
Yeah, when we choose him, we could send more, but the first for send players there, the parents have to agree to let him go there and stay there to feel how it is. Because if the parents say, no, I'm not gonna send, they can't.
Well, sure. Yeah.
And he had a chance. And the story there, and then we got the first and the second day. The person was took care of him. She called me, Bresley, Gustavo has to eat because or he can't do the training here. Because in the morning he just asked for cereal. And he can't. He need to eat because he's gonna training chores in the day, 3 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the afternoon. He need to be ready. So I'm gonna talk with him, and he understood that he need to get there, or he's not able to finish the training.
Well,
there.
that was a great exposure, and I'm sure it's helped you a lot.
Yes, it has.
When you got back here, back to the States, and all that. Bresley, you put together this wonderful little 2-minute video about the BESA program, and I think we'll run that now. And as it's playing, why don't you hit some of the highlights? You can watch it on the screen over here, guys. So this is elite, right?
Yes.
And that's a common term, I understand.
That place we was in Canton. You can see the different ages there. And
So training is a key piece of what you do.
yes, and they keep doing the technical, tactical, some physical conditioning too. Most of the time they don't do much, but we keep pushing that to improve the conditioner too.
In Framingham,
that's in Milford. Our focus, the important thing is should they improve their skills. When the people come to ask us to enjoy, the first thing they look is how much skills the kids can get. Especially right now, we're doing the futsal too. So Framingham and Milford, they have a chance to have 1 day on the turf and 1 day on the futsal. That's in Framingham.
And where do you play in Framingham?
At Suburban Athletic.
Suburban Athletic.
Yes.
And yeah, that's about to get renovated too, isn't it?
Yes, they did.
Yeah. Oh, they already have.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, great.
That's something about us.
Well, that's great. I mean, you know, so you touched on a lot of these things. Just talk about how maybe some of these things have helped these guys individually in terms of training and conditioning. What are some of what did the training piece do for you, Gustavo?
It helped like me gain stamina and learn how to use both feet. Because when I first came in, I only used my right, and then I started learning how to use my left.
And Judah, you've been in this since you were 3 years old.
Yeah.
That you were just about walking. I mean, so you've really developed through this, and your conditioning has really improved too, I would imagine.
Yeah. When I was like little and I learned how to walk, like Bresley said, my first present was a soccer ball.
Right.
And we used to live in an apartment, and we would always get complaints from our neighbors to stop jumping around. And
Well, you could have been playing the trombone, I suppose.
Yeah.
Probably did that too, huh? No.
Yeah.
Do you play a musical instrument?
Yeah, my mom, in 4th grade I had to.
Oh, okay. Well, no one wanted you for a neighbor then, my goodness. I'm just teasing. That's great. But but what sort of skills are you both working on right now?
I'm working especially on strength and skills. I haven't mastered yet, but I think I'm getting close to it.
Well, between the Revolution Academy and BESA, you must have a lot of opportunity to work on some things. So. And what about you, Gustavo?
I'm trying to learn how to instead of keeping my head down and look around the fields to see if where there's an opportunity for me to pass the ball and to make a scoring opportunity. And that's one thing I'm trying to get better at. And
one thing we work a lot, especially in the both age or them, is make them feel like a leader on the group. Somebody have to take the responsibility. We can do this. We have to do this. Keep focus for then we able to beat everybody. But if you don't have a leader in a group, you're not able to talk with your partners, you'll be just one more player on the field. And that's our focus should not you be just be one more person on the field. We want you be one day look, oh, he's make a good pass. He's talk with his partners. He tried to push his team up. So that's what we're doing.
I think that communication is very important in soccer
is.
to be able to, and with all those, that big field, one has to be loud, right? I mean, it's not a time to be quiet and shy, like, you know.
Yeah.
And that takes that's a skill too, isn't it?
Yeah, the time more you play, sometimes you don't have to say any word. Just when you look at each other, the eye contact, you know what they need to do. So that's things we improve. That most of the people don't look from that way. But when I'm coach, I yell them a lot. But sometimes just when I look through them, they know exactly what I need.
Well, they know what you've been talking to them
Yes.
about. Yeah, we all have had teachers like that, I think. It's a good educational experience. Talk a little bit about the coaching you've got. You're obviously not running this all yourself. What sort of a staff do you have of other coaches, parents?
Right now, I have 5 more coaches help me now. Albert in Milford, Marcio in Framingham, Farley is Judas Daddy, and Rodolfo and Marcilios in Canton. So I'm still looking. We have opportunity to have more coaches because the program is growing, and our planning now is going to have a private class. But I can't do it because I'm running the class with the big group. But so we're still looking for to get more coaches, and they help. If I don't have them, we're not able to run the program. They help us a lot.
Are all of the players in the program Brazilian?
No, it's not. I have Spanish, Russians, Chinese. So yeah, everybody welcome to play with us.
So the word Brazil in your title is really because this is more or less the way Brazilians teach soccer. Is that what am I understanding that right?
Exactly.
Okay, so this is the Brazilian method, so to speak,
Yes,
if you will.
because I make a fusion with that style, the Brazilian style to play, with the responsibility what the American has, because they're so methoded to do everything. So I want to connect that with our style. That's how BESA was created.
And so you're still signing up players?
Yes, we do, because we play year round. We don't have a break for the kids.
Oh, you play in the winter too, indoors?
Yes, indoors too.
Yeah.
So we can play year round. So everybody more than welcome to sign up with us, because we not do it season by season. So we keep the kids playing. Yeah.
And is it expensive?
No, it's not. And if you compare with the big clubs, it's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Here, so they charge for you pay for a year, but they play only 2 seasons. And with us, we charge play by monthly, for the kids can play, and they split what you have to pay on a year. So that's not expensive at all.
So, well, how about a couple of success stories of some of the? How many years now have you been doing this?
It's now going
Since
to
he's been at it 9 years.
Yeah,
so-
because he was part. BESA started before. I did a social program at the Brazilian community and the Brazilian church, Santa Arcesio.
Okay.
I started the program there, but we're doing just for no competition. And I said, no, that's not what I want. I need something big. So I created BESA, and so now it's going to 7 years is with the BESA.
And on the, if we get a photo here of up on the stand and back there, we've got 3 beautiful trophies that your team has won. If we could get a zoom in on that maybe, or right there. Why don't you tell me a little bit about how those happened?
That's for the Rebs Cup. Last Sunday, we went on July 25th. We went there. We bring 5 teams. We had the 3 champions on that day. But that's when we started. We started participating in 2017. We had a team who won 2017, 2018, 2019, and now in 2021. So
congratulations.
Thank you very much.
That's a real sign of accomplishment. And was this in all different age groups too?
Yes, it is.
We've got coming up here a bunch of photographs that you gave that you provided me of some of the teams here. And as we put them up on the screen, why don't you just describe a little bit about the different teams here? And who are these guys? These look fairly little.
That's RU8. It's a make of the teams
Under
from
8,
Framingham, Kenton, and Milford. We did. They made the new league started in Mass. They just made one-day games for a U8 group because they don't play in leagues, but they want the kids to have some fun.
Okay. Well, let's move on. Here we go. Okay, that's inside. And is that in Framingham?
No, that's Kenton.
That's Canton. Yeah.
Yeah, and you see how split the groups there. That's for I have the U8 and U10 practice at the same time. There they work on their skills.
Okay.
That we went in the Memorial Day tournament in Denver, and that we won to the tournament too for the U8 group.
These are under 8 again? No.
Yeah, that's the most kids there is 2014, 2015, but the Memorial Day this year.
Okay. All right.
That's all kids from Framingham. That's for last Sunday, July 25th. We played at Gillette Stadium.
That's another one there. That must have been a thrill for the kids to play there, and
they love it.
Yeah.
It's a really good experience. They feel how you play on the stadium. It has their problem that they had 1,000, almost 2,000 people watching they playing there.
Wow.
And especially after the tournament, we stayed to watch the Revs game.
Oh, that's great, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Revs have a good team this year, too.
This year they're doing very well this year.
So are you guys all Revs fans then? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been an interesting development. My son and family live in Austin, and they've got a new team there, and they just built a nice new stadium for them. I think the Boston area probably needs a soccer stadium, right? I mean, the Gillette Stadium is beautiful, but it's kind of empty when it's only 20,000 people there or so.
It's a long process. You know, the Patriots won Gillette Stadium. Right. They don't invest much on the soccer.
Yeah.
Revolution could have had a really good team. Who tried to every year be the top teams on the U.S., but they don't invest much on soccer.
Yeah. But they're still doing really good. Guys, why don't you talk a little bit about, do you watch soccer on television? Do you watch mostly Brazilian soccer, or do you watch the English soccer? Or tell me a little bit about your soccer fan in you, Gustavo.
Wait, should you go first?
Sure.
So my favorite league is the Premier League. That's the league in England.
Yes, right.
To me, it's like the most competitive league, and my favorite team on that league is Manchester United.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, those games are the fans there are really something else.
Yeah.
I mean, what about you, Judah? Who are you?
Just as Gustavo said, my favorite is in England as well. It's the
really?
Premier League, and like he said, it's really competitive because all the teams are good.
Right.
And my favorite team there is called Liverpool.
Liverpool's owned by the Red Sox.
Yeah.
You know them, the Red Sox.
Yeah.
They play that other game here. But soccer's catching on in the U.S. I think in terms of a fan sport. It's always been very popular. I mean, the Framingham United program has over 1,000 kids playing in it. The high school teams are always competitive. The college teams, it's important. But making soccer be a popular game just hasn't connected in the U.S. in the same way for adult fans like me, I guess. I mean,
it is for sure. And after '94, when they had the World Cup here,
right,
that was a big change. I think they changed the key. Oops, is something we can do here. We can improve that here. So if you look now, how many players that the U.S. has right now. It's a huge, huge number now.
And do you guys have any favorite players that you follow, or that you like to model yourself after? There's probably a difference there. There's probably a player you like to watch, and there might be another player you might like to be like, right? Is that a fair difference?
So like my favorite player is Neymar. He's the Brazilian like attacker.
Right.
And like I don't really have a player that I model myself after because I like try to be a unique player.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you watch a game, are you watching them do certain things and trying to say, I could do that, or I can't do that, or?
No, yeah. There's times where like I try to do some like some of the same stuff.
Like with your left foot, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But like I try to make everything as unique as possible.
And what about you, Judah?
My favorite soccer player is, his name is Cristiano Ronaldo, and
Okay. Ronaldo? Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
and I think that I would model myself as Neymar because he's a very skillful player, and he scores a lot of goals, and I hope that I can be as skillful as him someday.
So what are some of the things that you have to really work on for your positions as midfielders and strikers? So.
Mine's probably controlling the game because people in the midfield section get the ball the most.
Right.
And they don't score as much as the attackers. They get more assists.
Sure, because you're setting the whole, because you're looking at the whole field when you get the ball and trying to see where the other players are and the other team, and And as a striker, you want to put the ball in the net, right?
Yeah. So like, like the most important thing is learning how to like have a good contact with the ball and like following through, so that you have like enough power to where it can like slip through and go into the net.
Well, how are you guys working with headers? That always strikes me as a dangerous thing to do.
I actually like headering the ball.
I bet, yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you like learn how to like properly hit it, it doesn't hurt.
Okay.
Because you're supposed to like strike it with like your forehead.
That's part of the training.
Yes. Yes.
That's one good point. United States, they started will put a rules. They don't let the younger than U12 head the ball.
Okay.
So how when they get older, they know what they need to do.
Okay.
I think that's a regress on the soccer to if they don't let the kids know, because most of the time the kids are scared to head the ball. Imagine if they don't have that contact on the young.
Right.
So when they get older, they don't know the movement.
So what are the most important things to do in safely headering a ball?
Is what Gustavo said. You have to find the correct time to head the ball with your forehead.
Okay.
If you do that, you're not going to hurt you.
Yeah, I had a
at all.
football coach on. They were talking about tackling, and it was the same thing, that knowing how to tackle and teaching people at the beginning. And you look like you had some kind of a leg injury there.
Oh yes.
Is that from soccer?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. It's from slide tackling.
Slide tackling.
Yeah.
Tell me about slide tackling. That sounds.
Yeah.
That's where you go down to your knees, and that's fine. There's a fine line there between that and a penalty, right?
Yes.
And getting hurt.
Yes. So like this is a turf burn. Like
Okay.
the scab fell off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I like went in for it to get the ball and just completely messed up my knee, and and that's what the scab's from.
So you have girls in the program too. The picture you sent me of the girls somehow or other didn't make it into your picture show there. Tell me about the girls program.
Yeah, it was one dream. It's my dream to work with girls because I wanted to improve the same what the boys did. They started young, they collect the words when they get older. Yeah, I want to do the same thing with the girls. But in Framingham, we didn't have the opportunity to have just girls team. Now we start and hope for the next year we able to have the only girls teams in Framingham. I have the girls teams in Milford now. Some goals there because where the other girls, but I hope if next year we can have the girls teams in Framingham too.
So you have 140 some players, and they were of all ages, starting from like this guy, like he did at 3. And
we started
what's the oldest?
6 years old to 16. But I have in a package waiting to find time and coach to help me to start a new program for younger ones, 2 to 5 years old. I want to start that program soon. I hope we able to do that. I hope this year yet. I don't want to wait for the next year.
Well, as is always the case, the half hour for this show just kind of flies by, and I told you it would go fast once it got going, and nobody even kicked hard here yet. But is there anything that I should have asked you guys about that I haven't here in the last minute?
I think it was funny if you ask them how I'm coach them.
Yeah. Give me what? Describe him for me in two words.
He's a very like straightforward, aggressive coach. So like he yells at the kids, but it's like for the better of them, so that they like know what they're doing.
And you respect him?
Yes, we really respect him.
Usually he yells at me a lot because he knows I have potential when I grow up.
Okay.
And like if I mess up, he knows I could have done better.
And you know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that leads to better training and practice, right?
Yes.
Well, you guys are just great examples of young athletes who've had some exciting experiences. And Bresley, your organization has got this guy to Brazil and him to the Revolution Academy, and you really ought to be proud of that. And I'm sure the other 140 some people in the program, well, a lot of them would say some of these things too. So congratulations on your accomplishments, your trophies, and for putting together this terrific program. And thanks a lot for all of you out there in Framingham and other TV lands who caught this show. Come back again. We run this show a lot. It's on Access Framingham TV Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays at 8:30, and Saturday mornings we show a lot of different kinds of sports here, as you can tell. And so it's always fun, and my guests are always great. So thank you guys, and thank you for watching.